father, a brother, a friend, a musical genius who left an indelible impression on all who met him. Managing Director of TTRN, Tony Chowlinon, said Ken Professor Philmore was a patriot, a true man of the people, and he was devastated by news of his passing.
I thought about all the times. Every time we greeted, it is so warm. You really brought life to every room, every space, every person. We greeted everyone the same, from president to man in the street. Since back in the days when we did some work together, he was always fighting for Pan, trying to take Pan to every dance hall, every concert, trying to get Pan to the younger audience. That was Ken. Many times, you see people in careers, but how bad do they want it? Are they willing to die for it? Are they willing to give their entire life to a cause? Ken was that rare breed.
Vocalist Maricia Kagan said the professor exuded a positive energy, which when coupled with his tremendous talent, made him a force to be reckoned with. She said to know him was to love him.
He always had supporting words, caring words, always pushing me as an individual, as a musician. And for that, I will miss him. I give thanks for his life. I give thanks for his contribution. I give thanks for the kind of man he was, to all the musicians who he impacted along his journey. I feel for the side that he usually plays with. In South, we San Fernando people, we are feeling this one. This is a big pill to swallow.
For well-known drummer Modupe, the professor was a father figure and was instrumental in his growth as a musician. Modupe said Professor was the first person to see him as a leader, positioning him as a frontline player for Panorama Finals with court sound specialists.
As most Pan people would know, you don't make frontline just so now. And that was my first time actually playing for a Panorama Final. Professor is like a father to everybody. You know what I mean? And the love and the passion that he has for music, that he had for music, was like nobody else I've ever played with, to be honest. And those days with Professor, that I shared this stage with Professor, was some of my happiest days in music. I could tell you that because I played with a lot of bands and a lot of people all over the world, and Professor, I could say for sure, is the most positive band leader I've ever played with.
Fellow panelist Mikhail Salcedo also praised Philmore, whom he said loved music, culture and people.
I think that is going to be his legacy. For certain, that will live on in people's memories. Pro always said, that music was a jealous woman, and he ensured that he loved his music enough for her not to leave him.
Minister of Community Development, Culture and the Arts, Dr. Nayan Gatsby-Dolly, described him as a rare musical genius whose commitment to his craft inspired us to be better.
For someone like Professor Ken Philmore, who was revered in our country as a musical icon, as someone who represented us so well on both the local and international stages, someone who flew the Trinidad and Tobago flag, someone in whom you felt pride once you saw them because it really represented the best of who we could be. For this person to pass away so suddenly, it leaves us all with a sense of profound sadness, regret, and wonders about what the possibilities for Professor could have been. We look forward to many of the younger generation taking a leaf out of history and dedicating themselves to whatever their art form is with the passion and commitment that he showed.
Ken Professor Philmore died at the intensive care unit of the San Fernando General Hospital on Sunday. He succumbed to injuries sustained in a vehicular accident on Republic Day. Professor Philmore enjoyed international acclaim, performing at New York's Carnegie Hall, the Apollo Theatre in Harlem, and the Royal Albert Hall in London. He also appeared with Tina Turner and Lionel Hampton in New York back in 1988. Dion Batiste reporting for TTT News.